Okay, recording in progress. I'm going to share my screen and take you over to the business opportunity group that we created a while back, and it's called Fall in Love with Touchstone Crystal. So we were doing this on Wednesday nights, and now we're doing it on Sunday nights for good from here on out. And I pre-populate everything, so it's not like I'm sitting there posting these things. I finally got smart at one point. So, for example, Mihan had somebody on last week who is joining, and it was real help. And there was a point during the pandemic when pretty much everyone who was joining had been on this event at some point, if not a couple of times. I don't change it up too much each time. So here, number 8, I talk about the goodies that you get, like what comes in the sales incentives that month. I'll show pictures of incentive trips and things like that. So they get a sense of the fun part, right? And then here I talk about customers, what the customers get for that month and how that builds their business. And then prior to that, I talk about some sort of key things. Earn as you learn. Host programs are paid by the company. The website fee is $12. Company pays the credit card fees. Do you realize what a big deal that is, ladies? I mean, seriously, company pays our credit card fees. There are a lot of other companies out there where they have to become a credit card merchant, or they have to take Square, or they have to take, do Venmo or PayPal or something. We don't have to do any of that. The company does so much for us that we're just so used to. But I'm trying to get used to sharing this so that people understand how unusual this is. And then we talk about hosting and what happens when you host this month. So I put in here this last time because it was already February about the host rewards and all that, of what she would get. And then going backwards again, number 4 is what's special for the consultants. Actually, that was January. Glam plan and whatever the rewards are for new consultants. And then here it's a little more aspirational, where I ask consultants to share why they got started. And I love when you do it. I so appreciate you being patient. And each week you keep posting. And so the more posts we get from people who are consultants, the better it is, because they love reading. I mean, we all love reading other people's little stories. Top 5 fun reasons people join Touchstone Crystal. This is number 2. And these pictures, I have new ones that are going up that the company already created. And then I start off with roll call, and this is for guests and consultants. And I sort of introduce myself, and then and people will go through and answer later on. It doesn't have to be that night, and that's always fun. So what I do, then I'll do teasers ahead of time for the day and a half prior to, and I'll throw dogs on there because everybody loves dogs. And add more aspirational things. Now, what I do is when I get ready to start posting for this next one, like I'll go backwards and I will turn off commenting on everything that went before it, so people don't get confused, because they're going to start scrolling and go, what else is on here? I don't want them commenting on the old stuff, so I shut that down. They can still see it. Like they can go all the way back to a year and a half or almost 2 years ago when we started this, and see it all. And I mean, it hasn't changed a whole lot in all the time. So a couple of thoughts. I have a question, and I want us to brainstorm about the best way to get people engaged in this. So my question is, and you don't have to answer this right now. My question is, what can I do to improve this? What can I do to technically improve traction? What can I do or say or incorporate to get more interest by those who are watching, like to make it more appealing so that they understand what this is all about? Am I missing any key points? If you ever notice those kinds of things, if you can think of something that I could do that would make this more effective. The one thing that I thought of is I would love to start including a live testimonial from someone every week on there. So, and it can be anybody. I mean, it doesn't have to be like, a rock star top leader. It can be someone who just is in it and loves it so much and how much it's impacted her life, right? So that is something that I want to start doing this week. So if I tap you to go live in there randomly at some point.
I would focus on new people coming on there live and sharing their stories, because I mean, some people might see, oh, she's been in this business for 8 years or 9 years or 10 years or however, and might feel overwhelmed or intimidated.
Yeah.
And not think that they could ever match that level at any point. So if you have somebody who comes in that's new, who's like Amanda, who is like the poster child of what we would all love to have as a new consultant, who's just like super like enthusiastic and just the sweetest, cutest little thing ever. Like get on there and just share her story of why she joined and how much fun she's having, and the bonds that she's making with her other Sparkle sisters and that kind of thing. And because I think those types of we are heart people, women in general are heart people, and they want to hear those kinds of stories more so than let me tell you about the business and the numbers. I mean, you do have a lot of people who are very much numbers and business, but I think it's hearing from the new people, especially why they're there. And then like share how, another person who's been with it for a long time, like Debbie or me or Patricia or whoever, like, why we stay, why we love it so much. We stay.
Okay. So here's a timing question. I love that timing question. Do we want the new person testimonial during the event? On the day of the event, or on a totally different day?
Either like before the event, like the day of, but like in the daytime.
Yeah, I could see that.
Or because I mean, sometimes like for me, evenings are really difficult for me to go live, because that's when the chaos ensues of, shit, we got to put the kids to bed because they got school tomorrow. So I don't always have that opportunity to have quiet time to be able to go live. So I don't know, that's just mine.
But strategically, so not from our own convenience perspective, but strategically, what would impact?
I think hearing a new person's testimony first before hearing a salty veteran, I don't know what to call it, and that might grab their attention.
Got it.
Quicker and easier.
Sometime during the day on a Sunday.
Yeah,
I think so.
I would say in between the event to keep the chatter going between in between Sundays.
What if we did someone who's seasoned sometime between Sundays and someone who's new on the day of?
Yeah.
And the new person says, be sure to watch tonight to get all the details.
Betsy, do you post on that group page? So one, I have two questions. One, do you post on that group page that you created? Do you post like, say a customer's order, like a picture of it?
No.
That is a good idea. I had customers this week when I wasn't feeling well. They like blew up on their party pages that I have like for parties on Facebook. And so many people love to see the jewelry, like, and get excited about like, hey, this, like I have Brenda got an order, and her friend Lisa posted a picture of like her wrist party that she created herself, and she was so excited about it and posted it on the page. So after I get like a sale and like the customer gets it in the mail, I tell them you get an extra ticket into the mystery drawing if you post a picture on such and such page event. And that's been getting me like a lot more sales, and it's been helping draw interest into the page. So maybe that would be a good idea.
So the question is, how would that translate into somebody wanting to do the business? Because the goal is to attract people to the business and to give them information. I mean, how would that be? Like, would photos of here are some of our team's customers from this week and their jewelry haul or something.
You know what I seen from, is Raina on? Raina, are you here?
Mhm.
I don't know if she's on or not.
She
I
is.
see, I get so excited when Raina posts like videos of her doing it. She calls it sparkle mail. And as soon as I see like Raina post that, Raina, I love that idea. Whenever you like post that and like make a video of you like getting into your box. So many people love that. And I'm a consultant and I watch you. So I think that might drive sales, Betsy, and like make people become a consultant. For a long time there, I watched some lady on YouTube that like before I became a consultant, this is hilarious. I watched a lady on YouTube that was a consultant for Touchstone. And I don't know her name. I forget. But shout out to her, because every time she'd post, and she didn't do it very often, but I'd wait for her to get on YouTube, and she'd do like a whole unboxing thing. I'm obsessed with that. I still watch it now, and I'm a consultant. That's how I know what I'm getting for my spring, what I want for my 70% off items, because I love to see people digging boxes. It's just like, I don't know. It's so fascinating to me. So I think like that might make you become a consultant. Like that's why a reason why I did it. That's one reason, because I like to watch people open mail. It's weird, I know. Sorry, but that's one thing that I liked.
That's great. That's interesting. Debbie, go ahead.
Yeah, piggybacking on what Amanda said, in tying that into having somebody have an interest in wanting to be a consultant and joining all of us lovely ladies here. How about if you really wanted to show something, have them show the jewelry that they received from their launch party, because we really want them to have their launch +4. So maybe they can get on and say, you know, whatever you want them to say or however you're going to do that, but actually have them show, this is what I got at my launch that I was able to add to my kit.
Okay.
And that way they could see that.
Right. Okay. That makes sense.
People, they look at the kit and go, oh man, I want more than that. Well, you're going to get more than that when you launch your party plus. You know,
But also emphasize.
so let them see what that would be with, you know, their $600 party. And then if they happen to be Glam Ambassador, you know, show it that way, however you wanted to break it up. But that might not be a bad idea.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
But I also think that we need to emphasize that all the jewelry that they get is theirs.
Right.
And because I've had so many people be like,
is this really
baffled that this is all my jewelry and you know, it's mine and I don't have to give it back. So they need to understand that this is all yours.
Yeah, even when I do
whether you quit today or tomorrow, it's all yours. You keep it all. So
even when you do a home party, people go, is all that yours?
Yeah.
I earned all of that. Nothing came out of my pocket. I earned that. This is something that you can earn if you would like to, you know, give it a try.
Right. Okay. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. Okay. That's great. Yeah. So we can do video unboxings, any of us, when we get a jewelry haul, and we can not to sell, but so people can understand how fun it is to get to get those host rewards or whatever. Or because I had a 70, or because I had earned the 70% off, look what I was able to score.
Who's posting a video today? I'm so watching it.
I did mine the other day. You missed it.
Debbie, send it to me.
One of the things, though, I think is important is that we promote them to do a launch +4.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point.
Okay. So when you have a new consultant and she actually has done her launch, she's going to get that free jewelry to add to her kit. And I think that might be something that somebody might say, yeah, you know, I can really, it's not just the kit, but it's all this that I can do too, which would help them do more than $600.
Yeah.
Get them to
exactly.
ask her. So, you know, the way we would talk about it or interview,
Mhm.
however you're going to do it, is what you may want to focus on.
Okay. I
Mhm.
love that. Great. These are great ideas. If you have more, get with me afterwards. I really appreciate these. This is the fresh look that I was looking for. So in the meantime, let's talk about how we can make this a tool that that we can use on a really regular basis, just as a reflex, like that we always know that we've got two tools in addition to you talking to the person, you bringing your upline sponsor or your leader in on the conversation, whatever it takes to help her to understand whether this is a good fit for her or not. What would be the most effective mechanisms, do you think, for inviting somebody? So let's say you've got a hostess and you think she's great and you really want to talk to her about the business and you just started working with her. How could you use this event or group to benefit you and to help her?
Well, for me, there's a lot of times, a lot of us, and I can't speak for everybody, but I got to speak for myself. A lot of times when I am trying to sponsor, all I have to do is hear a no, and I'm backing off. Okay. Now you can use this. I'm going to use this as a means of, I understand, whatever. Okay. And actually have them come on and listen to this, because there's so much more info, so much more for them to see than what I personally can do in a conversation with them, and have that conversation with them after the fact. Okay. To me, that's going to be more helpful, because I'm
Right.
Betsy, I don't got the questions. I don't have all that. I just, if ever there's a time that I shut my mouth, is when somebody tells me no and I'm trying to sponsor. So I back off and I don't ask the question. But now I can say, I understand. We've got a fall in love with Touchstone on a Sunday night at 8:30. I would love for you to jump on and just listen. You don't have to say or do anything. Just jump on and listen. I think it might really help you listening and answer some of the questions you may have, or even that no might be something that you may want to change a little bit at that point in time for whatever your reasonings are. I don't need to know what those reasons are right now, but maybe afterwards we can talk a little bit more. Jot down some notes while you're listening to that. I mean, I don't know. I'm learning right now again, all over again.
Okay.
But I think we could use it towards getting them to, almost like our opportunity. We inviting them to the opportunity on Tuesday. Let's invite them to this.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And I like the fact that it's like afterwards, after you've heard no, if you had, I don't know what your reason is, or your doubts, but I'd love to invite you, and maybe you can, ease some of those doubts or something, or whatever the word is.
And may I call you afterwards? Jot down some questions. I mean, most of the questions I think are basically answered. You do a phenomenal job with this. So a lot of the questions that they have in their head, if they're really paying attention, if they really have an interest, should help them. I personally want to know. I mean, I'm curious myself to know if it really helped them to maybe change their mind, or to maybe say, I have an interest, but not right now, but maybe down the road, and I mean, that opens the door for me to ask a whole bunch of questions.
Yeah. What would happen? You got me thinking, what would happen if we, as our part of our initial host coaching, we're getting her all set up in the back office, we're figuring out how she's going to do her inviting, we're sending her the link. And as a part of that, we are automatically, unequivocally saying, hey, I love to add every one of my hostesses to a special group that only my team has, that's all about the business opportunity. And you just watch it throughout the week. And then every Sunday night, there's a little event that you can watch later, even if you want to, but it just gives some really fun information about what it's like to be a consultant. Kind of pull back the veil and learn more about it.
I have
Love that.
another thought on that. You know, we got our sheet for our hostess coaching, and I follow that thing. Okay. And when I get to the one part, I actually invite them to join my VIP page. Okay. But why not invite them to do this on a Sunday night also?
Mm-hmm.
You're doing your hostess
yes,
coaching.
absolutely. But you know, one thing,
Doing your hostess coaching and following the sheet right down to the bare minimum.
add it to your list of things that you do.
Yeah, and add that on there. Say, hey, I've got something I'd like to invite you to that's going to really help you. And you know, we can, if you can jump on before your party, you may be earning a lot more than what you think, including maybe some money in your pocket.
You know, here's one of the key components that I think is most valuable about this group. It's that everything I post stays there. It doesn't go away. And so it's not just a Sunday night event. Right. It happens on Sunday night, but people are commenting all week long on those 10 posts and on that live. So they can participate on Sunday night, but they don't have to. They could get on a Wednesday and look at what we just did on Sunday and have the whole benefit. It would literally be no different if they watched it on a Wednesday than if they watched it live on a Sunday. It's no different.
What I'm saying is that if we make that available to them, like for me, I haven't done that. I mean, that just came into my head now. Like, let's do that with all of our, they say our hostesses are best. So let's utilize it to help us.
What about, I love that. What about customers? What would we say? Because, you know, the tendency for a consultant is just to dump all their people. Like my 5 favorite customers, I'm just going to dump them onto this page and hope they notice. What are the words that we want to say to a customer?
At checkout?
Could.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what's going on with me. I've got my launch today, okay? And I've got an in-home party coming on Tuesday.
Great. Bye, Kathy. Have a great party. She's got to go.
Who? Amanda. Bye, Amanda. Anyways, I lost my train of thought. I'm old. Anyways, what I'm going to do is when I'm doing my presentation, I'm going to start talking about this on Sunday. Dropping those little seeds. Okay, throughout, I mean, we should be dropping seeds for booking. We should be dropping seeds for our sponsoring, okay? And why not drop a really big seed that's going to give us a big tree about what's going on Sunday, and then, you know, at 8:30, and you can continually see it throughout the week.
Right.
Today, I have my launch. I'm doing my little tiny thing. I'm going to do that. Okay. I'm going to sprinkle that little tiny sprinkles throughout, you know, and I'm going to see what's going to happen. If it's something that works, I definitely want to share it with everybody, because every little tiny tool we have for sponsoring should be something that we should try using and doing it. And, you know, I got to practice what I preach, and that's what I'm going to start doing. I already did it with my host on Tuesday, and she said, oh, I don't know. And that's okay. It's just, if you have an opportunity, just go and listen. Just listen. We can talk about it on Monday or whatever. Okay. So, I mean, that is what I'm going to do. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody else, but I really do feel like we have an opportunity to invite to that. And you can do that even with your customers, even at checkout, you know.
Right.
Hey, do you have an interest in doing anything that I'm doing? You would be great at it. Well, yeah, I don't know. Maybe say, you know what, we've got a special thing on Sundays at 8:30. I'd love for you to hop on. I'll get back in touch with you throughout the week and let you know. Or it's there all week long. You can jump on and listen to it, and let me give you a call.
Yeah.
You know, something like that.
So that's current customers. How far back would you guys go to find people who would want to hop on? And what would the casual but intentional, easy breezy message be? Like you go back to somebody who bought from you in December who you know loves the jewelry. What would the message be so that you're intentionally trying to add them to this group?
Hey, such and such, I thought of you today and I wanted to invite you to our, what do you call it? Our group page,
Fall in love with TC, fall in love with Touchstone Crystal.
Fall in Love with Touchstone Crystal. I think that this would be a perfect opportunity for you. You can just hop on and listen if you'd like. And I'd love to have you and see you there.
Mhm.
Just something simple.
And
Like,
then,
keep it short
and then
and
give
sweet.
them the link and then give them the link.
Yep.
Mhm.
Betsy, is it going to be the same link as this link?
No, this is Zoom. We never
Yeah.
do it on Zoom. It's actually on the group, the Facebook group. So what
That
you're
group that
doing
I
is inviting them to the Facebook group.
Okay, so you need to, like, so I have to get on that group and then
Uh-huh.
add myself?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Right. Yes. And in fact, this morning when I announced the call today, that Facebook group link is on that post. You can grab it there.
Is it going to be like videoed like this or no?
When you get on the group, you'll be able to scroll down and see how I go live,
Mhm.
and the live video stays put.
Oh, so we're not on it, just like you.
Correct.
Okay.
Raina, yes, ma'am.
That's actually a question I had. What if we were to do, and I think we kind of touched on it before,
Mhm.
like weekly consultant spotlights where it can be like, say, okay, the busy mom who does this as the business, the corporate worker who
Nice.
does this as the business.
Okay.
So then
Yeah.
that way,
Mhm.
so then that way, if you
Categories.
come across people, and being that the videos would stay there, like they can go live,
Yeah.
talk about what they love about the business.
Yeah.
So that way, if you're getting people who are interested
Mhm.
and maybe giving pushback, I don't have enough time, or I'm busy
Yeah.
with the kids, or what have you, you can
Okay.
then go and tag them in the respective
Yeah.
video of the consultant telling their story.
Mhm.
So that way you can
Mhm.
utilize that as,
Okay.
you know, that's helping you do your job as to explain why this could still
Okay,
be a fit.
awesome idea.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I love that. And that it's more specific even. You know, it makes me think about how I know that there's a way to do 2 people live. And so I could even make it an interview with that person where I'm trying to like draw out what I know I want potential consultants to actually hear. And what would benefit them the most, like what would they really want to know about, right? And we could totally pull that off. Yeah.
Yeah, because can we do, like, you can do an interview on Zoom and then post the way we post these videos as well.
But there's also been a way to bring somebody on. When you're live, you can bring somebody else on, and there are 2 of you live talking. And it would take a little bit of practice. I'd have to practice with somebody. Maybe
Or
can
you could
help me
make
with
it
that, Raina.
easier on yourself and just prep the person with the questions to
Yeah.
make sure that they answer those questions in the video.
Exactly. Yes. There's some prep.
Yeah.
Definitely. So it's not like they know what the questions are. And right. Totally.
No, but I
agree.
mean, without having to do the dual thing, if you just wanted to say, hey, get on there and do your
Could.
little video, but please answer
Could.
these things.
Could. Yeah, right. And then that way, if the technology becomes too much of a hassle, then it's easy. Okay. Yep.
And another thing, I kind of like myself. I like our group, like, just because you can be normal. Like, you don't have to change your personality. You don't have to be who you don't want to be. I was putting on makeup this morning and I was coughing. What was it? Last week we talked about something with our group. And I like that. Like, I'm myself and I'm not changing for anybody. And I think that it's so nice that, like, I think like the people, I would like to get someone to join my team. And I like, they like that I don't change myself. Like, even on a Saturday, whenever here I am putting on makeup and everything else, and everybody has their own busy life. And I think it's nice that, like, people see that. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Yes. That
Come
we're,
as you are.
yeah, it's a come as you are. And
Come
be
as you
excited
are.
about getting better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, so one last question. How will you use what you know now about this group to add people to it and to build your team this week?
I just added somebody.
You just added them?
No, I
Well,
asked
now what
her.
are you gonna do?
I asked her if it was
Oh.
okay to invite her, and I said it might answer some questions that you might be hesitant to ask me personally.
Ooh.
So is it okay if I invite you to this group? And she's like,
Ooh.
of course. So
Nice.
yeah, because
I love that verbiage. Okay.
I'm gonna do that with my hostess for Tuesday.
Yeah.
And today during my lunch, I'm gonna invite everybody that might have an interest.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should like go through our previous hostesses and
Mhm.
like invite them to that group, because I feel like those people are going to be more like, oh yeah, I think
Mhm.
that this would benefit me. Maybe
Right.
just join a group. I joined so many groups on like Facebook and stuff. It's
Yeah.
like all kinds of stuff. I just join it. So
Mhm.
I think that it's easy to get people to join a group. Wouldn't you
Mhm.
think?
Mhm.
Yeah, and you know what else
Yeah.
I'm gonna do? I invited 12 ladies to our opportunity event on Tuesday. I never heard back many of them.
Mhm.
I'm gonna invite them for Sunday.
There you go. That's a great
Reach
Good
out
idea.
for
girl.
Sunday
Yeah.
and just see,
Okay.
what can happen with that.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Don't give
Great.
up.
I'm just gonna present it as it's a fun group. It's fun. They'll answer some of your questions, and it's not anything that my thumb's on you and you have to do anything, but just go in and listen, and it's not that long.
Come
So,
join.
and it might happen in the middle of what is it, halftime? Give you something to do.
That's yeah. Yeah. Because I'm not a hip hop fan, so I don't know. I mean, I'll probably watch it if I'm not talking, but
I'm not watching it. I could care
why
less.
can't they just put family friendly entertainment during the halftime? I'm sorry, that is my big beef. Forgive me for
I won't
being
watch
old
it.
school, but
I like watching the commercials, but even those have
I-
kind of gone,
I
away.
know. Whatever.
So,
We should make Touchstone do a commercial during the Super Bowl. Wouldn't that be hilarious? We
That's for
all
big
of us
money.
would
all
just
of
be
us
hooting
can
and
be on.
hollering,
Whoop,
and our
whoop.
husbands would say, "What are you guys doing?"
Right.
That would be me. I'd be so
Right.
excited.
All the bored wives. That's
Mhm.
stereotypical, though. I shouldn't say that. Okay, who else? What are you gonna? Who wants to share something that they're gonna do with this week?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to the no's that I've been hearing, that I was offering the business to last week. And I did hear from a handful of no's. I'm gonna try and think of verbiage of how to invite them to this, but it depends on, I don't remember who it was, but yeah, I'm trying to be careful because like, do you want them on there if they were just an outright no? But then I want to ask them, I liked what Debbie was saying about, maybe you just have still some questions and you just said no, and but you have some, I don't know, trying to think of some wording, but I want to go back to those no's. Yeah,
Lingering curiosity.
because
Yeah.
maybe
But,
something
I
I
know
said
that-
didn't trigger to them, but maybe
Sure.
this would trigger to them.
Good point. Right.
I know you said no, but I think you might be a little curious on some of the things that have been going. If you've reached out to somebody from 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
so much has changed.
Mm-hmm.
So much has changed, and you
Yeah.
can use that as an option of
Yeah.
saying, 2
Right.
years ago we had talked about that, but from then until now, so much has changed. We have so much more that we're offering. There's so much more that you can do, and there's numerous ways that you can do your parties and get what you need to have. I would love for you to jump on Sunday if you can, or anytime throughout the week, and just listen and see what it is. Because from 2 years ago to now, trust me when I tell you, it is absolutely different. You will enjoy it.
One of the phrases that I like is just in case you're at all curious.
Mhm.
Can I add you to this just in case you're at all curious
I like that.
about our business? And then that way it's totally easy breezy. Like even if they just have the tiniest little bit of curiosity, I'm trying to get them on there, right? Anybody else?
But I gotta
Fun
go
fact.
set up.
Okay. Good luck, Debbie. Let us know how it goes.
Good luck,
Take
Debbie.
pictures
You
for
got
us,
this.
okay?
I'll let you know. I'll
Take
let you guys know.
pictures.
I've got a lot of outside orders, so
Great.
yeah.
Post your
Good.
pictures on the team page so we can see.
Okay, yeah, I originally was gonna do it outside. I had all these big tents and stuff because it's supposed to be warm, but I don't know. I think we're just gonna bring it on in. So
Okay.
I gotta go get it. Girls, I love you all. Wendy,
Love
I'll
you.
talk
Have
to you soon,
fun.
sweetie. Love
Good
you.
luck.
Bye.
Yeah.
Mwah.
Any last idea? What you want to do, Rena?
I'm gonna post it in my VIP group
Oh,
to see
yeah.
if,
Nice.
because I know in there, I don't
Yeah.
have a lot of engagement,
Yeah.
but what I was gonna do is tag the group.
Mm-hmm.
So then that way, I'll just give it a one shot, like
Yeah.
I'm tagging everybody in the group.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll take a look at it. And if it's something that perhaps interests them,
Okay.
it'll be like,
I love that.
you don't even have to tell me, just here's the link. If you want
Right.
to browse around
Click
and
in.
kind of,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. They just so you know, also, they can't automatically just get in. They ask to join, and then I go through and I add them. So just so you know, I'll probably add a couple more of you all as administrators, just in case I miss,
Is
who's
that the same?
You better
if-
add
if you
me.
invite
My
them?
membership's pending.
okay. I will. When I'm done, I'll go in and do it.
Okay.
Is that the same? Do they still have to ask for permission if you invited them?
I don't know.
Okay. I
I don't think so.
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
You
I
want
think
us
that's
to
the- I
tell
think
you
that's
when
the
we
permission
invite?
slip.
Do you
Sorry.
want us to tell you who we invite so you know who to accept?
No, I can. I
It
can
usually shows who
tell.
invites them.
Oh, okay.
Who else? Anybody else? Ideas? Last call? Okay. All right. Well, this was really helpful to me. And the last thing I want to say is if you have ideas for cute, fun, like either funny content or inspirational content, memes that you come across, send them to me so I can post them, because my goal is to have something posted every day. It could be either funny or heartfelt, sort of success driven, or jewelry, whatever. I have a really funny one that's going tomorrow morning. I might offend some people. I don't know. It's a picture of this guy with this face, and it basically says, "Are you going to wear that jewelry when Jesus comes?" Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get in trouble. But it's every time I look at it, it cracks me up, and I figure somebody else will laugh too. So anything funny like that, and also the heartfelt, inspirational stuff. I'm always looking for content. I'm getting thin, so send it to me. Message me, and I'll start saving all of it. All right, ladies, I love you. Thank you so much. Hey, by the way, you know what? Oh my goodness! Already, our org is adding. I think we've added 8 new team members already this month.
Right.
Yeah, which is more than we've been adding most months. So, which is really awesome. I want to see us as the #1 sponsoring organization in the company this month. That's my personal goal. We were #2 in sales last month, but we weren't even on the list for sponsoring last month. And I want us to shoot to #1. So,
Betsy, when you send out your catalogs to
Uh-huh.
people,
uh-huh.
like if you're picking your top clients or your hostesses,
Uh-huh.
do you also include the opportunity flyer in with that?
No,
Just the
Mhm.
catalog? Okay.
yeah, just the catalog. And then, because when I was sending them, it was at the end of the month, so it didn't make any sense. And I was sending out so many, I didn't want to blow through ink. I figured it was easier, but I'm not opposed to the idea. I think it's a wonderful idea because
Okay.
it's information. Yeah, I love that idea. Mhm. Yeah, great. Do it.
Are we still using the try us on cards?
Yeah, absolutely. Uh-huh.
Does the company still send those out with every order? No, they don't, do they?
Not
Okay.
at the moment. No.
Okay.
Mm-mm. I was on a call the other day with the home office and we were discussing that, and they're not going out at the moment. Yeah.
Will they do it again?
The cards, I don't think so. Because when they did the market research afterwards, they discovered that people didn't even remember seeing it.
Yeah, they did.
Which is too bad. But they have
I
other
like
things that they're planning to get.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some really great stuff coming that's going to really back up
Maybe like-
what we're talking about with business opportunity.
Maybe like a card that pops open and glitter comes out.
I love that idea. Glitter.
I mean, that would definitely get your attention. By the way, I'm still cleaning up glitter from that little packet from the
Oh, me
Boston.
too. Me too.
My mission is accomplished.
Thanks.
It's like their goodies when they get them in the mail, their boxes are locked until they read this first, and then it will unlock
There you
their
go. There's a
goodies.
padlock.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. I know. I love when I put glitter in the things that I send to you girls. I'll never forget. We have this one
That's an
wonderful
evil
friend.
laugh right
We
there.
have this